we have a good friend of ours with us today, Brent, and he's come to hang out with the whole team, all of us here at GLT. We've got myself, Iain Highfield, and Eric Zeigel. And he's really just come to experience what it's like working with all of us, doing what we love to do. So I'm going to teach him some concepts of how to practice. I'm going to look at his mechanics as well. And Ian's going to go into the psychology behind his pre-shot routine and his whole shot focus. So here it is. Rather than the typical traditional, let's put your swing on video and then let's watch you hit the same club for 30 minutes and then let's unload, reels and reels of information off at you. It's not helpful. So, although a lot would call it a test, you're going to play some games and that's it.
Okay.
Just for simplicity today to get going and to understand the concept more, it's going to be a simple tick if you thought you did it good and it's going to be a cross if you thought you did it bad.
I wanted to actually land it closer to the stick.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I came up a little short. And so a lot of pitch shots require maybe going over a bunker, past the rough, trying to land it soft, and it didn't work out that way. So.
And that goes back to what you said right at the start as well, your distance control you said you struggle with. Yeah. What about contact with that one?
The contact was pretty good.
It sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. You choose any one of the shots you want. A low one, a medium, a high one, and you determine if it's low, medium, or high. It's not me saying lows between 0 and 15 feet. You determine from the flight about what your game is, yeah. Okay. And whether you want to hit it, try and hit it straight left to right or right to left. It's your choice. Let's say one of the college players that we work with. We started off a long time ago with this. You determine the height, you determine this, and now is at the level where that's not specific enough, it's not detailed enough, it's not good enough. So his window for low shots is 15 feet. And he'd be on a track, man. And we would measure how high that went. And if it was 16 feet, then he failed it. And you can go as detailed and as specific as you want. But right now we're just starting off like this. What do you think? I'm interested to see what you do here.
I'm going to put a... because I think it actually went a little higher than I wanted it to.
Oh! Toe looks high, hands look low. There's no adjustment with how it's setting up for that type of pitch shot. And then the distance control comes from how he's practicing it.
In about
hitting 10 to 40 yards, 10 to 50 yards, then 10 to 60 yards. It's the variability now at his level that he needs to adjust.
Yeah. When you do this, I want you to think aloud.
Okay.
So any thoughts that you're having, you're going to verbalize. So I'll give you, for example, you watch golf on TV, yeah? Mm-hmm. So you'll see Justin Rose do this. So then he might say, okay, I've got this eye closed because I want to look at the target through my dominant eye, and I'm drawing a line to the target, and I'm going to aim my club face there.
Okay.
Like we can see him on TV doing this, but we don't know what his cognition is. So I want you to verbalize your whole routine while you're hitting the shot that you just selected in the game.
Okay. So I'm going to do a high cut.
Yeah.
I'm aiming, so ultimately I want to be here at the blue flag, so I'm going to draw a line to the green flag as my initial target. And when I step up, I'm going to put it a little more forward than I usually would. And I'm going to be looking to finish a little more high instead of through it, to try to get a little bit of a cut going, and then I'll try to execute. And I drew over the top.
Would that be something that happens a lot on the golf course, or you normally that's a bit of an outlier, or is that something that would happen?
Nah, it would happen sometimes, but usually a cut shot's a little bit stronger.
Okay.
I think talking through it maybe.
Yeah, because it's the first time you've done that.
Yeah.
So the challenge point of that task was a little high. It's still an X, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
But it gives me good information. So I already have a little bit in my mind of how I think we can change your process on the golf course to be more effective in line with what the performance data tells us, and also to maybe help you relax a little bit. you know, if you're leading the club championship going down the last, there is those nerves, you know.
Yeah, and I've had it the last couple of years. I've had the guy, you know, in semis on the ropes.
Okay.
And,
Okay, cool.
Somehow let it slip.
So we can help. What I've learned there, we can help you develop what's called a process focus. So we can make a couple of additions that might help free you up a bit, but also might help you relax. Okay?
Yeah, I definitely felt
but
a
that
little
was
tight
good.
on.
Yeah.
Integrated wireless network.
Integrated wireless
Super
network.
170-degree wide-angle lens.
Yeah.
2.4 gig remote
Yeah.
control included.
Don't know what that means. Sounds
Display 2-inch LCD storage, micro SDHC card not included. Input/output, micro USB, HDMI, 4K definition.
Ooh.
That's
I
a
know what
sweet
that
GoPro.
means.
Video 4K, 25 frames per second, 2.7K, 30 FPS.
It's a Moss Pro.
1080p.
It's like if I was to buy
It's
Tommy-
waterproof up to 98 feet
Tommy
for when
Hilfiger.
we do golf lessons.
It's
in
like
the
Tommy
ocean.
Hilfiger, but Tommy Brubaker. Like it's the same thing.
It's like
It doesn't
shopping
matter.
at,
It's like Nike.
it's like choosing to
Nike.
shop at Gap instead of
Snap.
Or Baby
No,
Gap.
I mean, it's not. It's really not like that. But ultimately, I am not going to jump out of a plane. I'm going to film a golf lesson. So I didn't really need to spend $300,
it shoots in 4K. That's all we care about.
and it's got audio.
Yeah, because resolution is the only thing that matters when it comes to video.
As far as I'm concerned.
Well,
Oh, really?
I
Very interested.
I have no idea. All I know is,
Ian just wanted the chest strap.
yeah, I mean, it's not even turned on right now.
Yeah.
I'm just wearing it. So you said that Matthew went into stealth mode with the iPad, but the reason is that most or traditional lessons, they'll go and they'll say, okay, we're going to put you on camera. Well, then what the student does is they just manipulate their golf swing to what the last lesson was. So it's in an artificial environment and it's manipulated. So Matthew went into stealth mode so that he didn't know he was being filmed. So now he has a good picture of the true mechanics rather than something that's manipulated in an artificial environment. Stealth mode. Okay, so it's that time.
Oh, I gotta talk? All right.
He loves his conversations, does he?
Let's try to make a good stroke looking at that. We'll take a nice back and forward motion through the putt.
So
Missed.
I have an insight now into all of your processes apart from your chipping process, which we're going to get next.
Okay.
But if you could become really process oriented and have a strong mental game in full swing, chipping, pitching, putting, what would you select?
Putting.
I'm glad you said that. That's going to be the easiest one for us to do because your process all the way up to just before you hit the ball is really good. I liked everything.
I'd like to
So
make a
that's
few
good.
more putts because I think it builds confidence in the rest of the game.
Yeah, cool. And then with this, I just wanted to clarify something. You said, as you walked away, you said like a lot of X's or...
Right. It's getting worse.
So good. How do you feel about that? How do you feel that there's X's?
I don't like the X's.
Okay.
I wish I could execute it a little bit better.
Yeah. Do you feel happy in this environment?
No, I feel happy because I actually
Good.
gives me something to focus on versus just hitting golf balls.
Awesome. Often the way golfers practice develops a false confidence. So they like to be there, they like to be comfortable, then they get out on the course and struggle. If you practice like this and practices struggle, then actually psychological habits of excellence start to emerge without you even trying to learn them. It's more of an implicit thing. Does that make sense?
It does.
So, even if you went away and just did this in practice, it would help build resilience, dealing with adversity, help build skills to transfer out there, and then wrap that club championship up easy.
I think I like the fact, talking through it makes it a little hard to execute the shot, but at
Yeah.
least it's making me think about how I'm going about my routine for
Awesome,
the shot.
yeah.
Whether you're putting, chipping, hitting these pitch shots, or even a full swing, there's a pattern, and it's your hands and the handle of the golf club is really low. With the full swing shots, you get away with it because you produce enough speed for certain things for the golf club to happen. But when you're hitting chip shot and pitch shots, you don't generate enough club speed, so then the club doesn't do certain things that it would do with a full swing, which is this. When you generate enough speed, the shaft bends like that. There's a lot of rotation this way, like this, and so that's going to produce either, you know, a combination of fat shots or thin shots. So your ball striking is going to struggle from there. So if you look at a lot of good players, a lot of top players, especially on the PGA Tour, European Tour, you know, that you'll find that the majority of them, they're a little closer, the handle's a little higher, and that the club is set more flat on the deck. All in all, we're going to change. We're going to get closer, more upright, sternum ahead. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll start to see hopefully a change in strike. But let me show you it as well. Before we go into do it, it'd be good for you to see it. A lot of angle.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
More.
Which is most people practice. So rather than 20, all you're going to do is no more than 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because it's been at your level, and you know what? You could go through this and think, oh, 2's not enough. So crank it up, go 3 or 4. But there gets to a point where it's almost, you could understand yourself, this is too many. This is not enough. So
I can definitely see it being counterproductive if you go so many. Cause
yeah.
You can figure exactly how far to hit it.
Exactly. And you know what? But for a complete beginner golfer, 1 shot or 2 shots is again counterproductive because they're not that good yet. They need to hit quite a number of repetitions to generate this image of what it looks like, it feels like. But for you, you're a good golfer. We should be increasing that challenge. The difficulty of the task should increase for you here because it plays benefits when you go out on the golf course. That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Thanks for joining us, guys. Just want to say thank you to Brent for allowing us to video the whole thing. I hope you got something out of the session. Thank you for everyone who watched and who devoted their time and energy to see what we do. Please make sure you like it, share it, subscribe, engage with us, give us some comments, and give us some suggestions. What do you want to see? What was good? What was bad? What do you want to see more of? Please let us know. First vlog of the new year. Happy New Year to everybody, and we'll see you next time.